Sage Wanderer here, and welcome to the Sheep Pen. Bah, no goats allowed. All right, welcome to the Sermon in Under 10 Minutes, the abbreviated version for Facebook. A lot of you know I am suspended from YouTube, so you have to get by with these shorter videos, which it seems to limit me on the amount of time I can spend. So I'm going to get right down to it. So I want to talk today about my favorite topic, love. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't. Sorry, little Saturday Night Live reference there. Um, what is love? Well, I think a good definition is love is not hurting each other. Love shouldn't hurt. So, a signifier of love, if you ask me, is a situation where you are concerned about the other person's feelings and you're trying not to hurt them, right? You're putting their feelings ahead of your own and you're considering their feelings. But I want to tell you a quick story about how I was in New Orleans. A lot of you know that I had a wild midlife crisis and that my second wife and I sowed our wild oats together. And part of that was going to Mardi Gras and in New Orleans in the French Quarter. And it was Saturday morning before the Fat Tuesday weekend. It was the Saturday of the Fat Tuesday weekend. And oftentimes on that date, these really militant activist Christians come down there to protest against the world's second largest party, which is what Mardi Gras is, the world's second largest party behind Carnival in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. So they come down there and they spread their guilt and their shame and they sit out there and shun people and tell you, you're going to hell, you're going to hell, and I'm going to have a front row seat. I'm going to eat my popcorn and watch you burn in hell. That is not the love of Jesus, right? That is not grace, acceptance, forgiveness. That, you know what? It's condemnation is the work of the devil, right? Going around condemning people. Jesus said he didn't come to condemn the world, but to save the world. So, at any rate, won't get off on that tangent, but me and my wife are trying to get around this knot of people to find some place to eat on early on Saturday morning, and nothing's open on Bourbon Street, so we're venturing out of that area, and we encounter this knot of protesters, a couple hundred, and they're attempting to basically shame everybody coming and going, and they're starting a lot of fights and arguments, and there's police there because it's just your typical protest environment, right? And just for the record, if Jesus was alive today on the earth, he would be protesting, but he would be down there protesting Joel Osteen's church, calling him a money changer, and turning his the Lord's temple into a circus. Into a den of thieves, right? That's what Jesus would be protesting against, if you ask me. But nothing against these people, because amongst these people was a very bright-eyed young man who just seemed to connect to me. And this is where I have to say, once a preacher, always a preacher. People don't know what that looks like. You say it all the time, but you don't really know what that looks like. When you're out sowing your wild oats, being not a preacher, doing your thing amongst the heathen, you're still this preacher inside, and you still can't help but testify to the greatness of God. It's like wired into you. And so this young man from this group of very judgmental Christian activists comes running at me and he goes, Sir, what does love mean to you? What is love? What is love? Well, he wasn't asking just any old Mardi Gras goer, right? He was asking the minister of love up here, right? The doctor of love is in the house. And so I told him, love is sacrifice. And then I turned around with my woman in tow and headed off around the knot, and he comes running after us. Sir, wait. Why would you say that? Tell me, why would you say that? Because I've asked that question to 100 people a day, and you're the first one who ever said love was sacrifice. And I said to him, well, greater love hath no man than to lay down his life for his friend, is what Jesus taught me. Right? The Bible taught me that for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. He sacrificed something. The Bible taught me that to love my wife, and I pulled my wife under my arm, and I said, the Bible taught me to love my wife like Christ loved the church. And what did Christ do for the church but lay down his life for the church? He died for love. So real love is sacrifice. This young man was blown away by this. He'd been involved with these people. I don't know what the right answer was to him. Maybe God is love is what he wanted to hear. He did not expect to hear that love is sacrifice and that Jesus paid the ultimate sacrifice for us. And as husbands, we're supposed to be willing to pay the ultimate sacrifice for our wives. Men, do you really love the women in your life? I mean, we say it all the time. Hey, I love you, babe. Love you, love you, love you. And as a guy who doesn't have companionship in his life right now, I'm gone back and I'm reminding my past for every I love you. It's such a precious word. And of course you wonder, did they really mean it? But I can tell you, when I love, I'm willing to sacrifice. I am willing to lay down my life for a friend. And I would die for the woman in my life. Would you? Women that are listening, 21% of my viewers are women. So, ladies, let me tell you, if your man wouldn't lay down his life for you, if he wouldn't take a bullet for you, he doesn't really love you. He's just keeping you around for convenience, for what you can do for him. True love is sacrifice. So on this Sunday, I'm asking y'all to look at your hearts. Examine that word love. What does it mean? Are you willing to sacrifice for love? Are you willing to lay down your life for your friend? Are you willing to die for Jesus? Are you willing to die instead of taking the mark of the beast? Are you willing to be martyred for Christ, for your family, for your children, for your wife? Love is sacrifice. We'll talk about this in future videos when I have more time. This is Facebook, so I got to limit this or it won't let me load it up. It's got to be short and sweet and to the point. So I'm just challenging you today. What is love? Well, for one thing, we don't want to hurt each other. But love is sacrifice. Love is taking a bullet for the one you love, if necessary. I'm going to ask you to sacrifice a little bit of your hard-earned money and support this channel. Silver and gold have I none, but what I have give I thee. I give you this message of love in the gospel according to Sage. And I hope that you've enjoyed this short message. I wish it could be longer, but this is Facebook, and hopefully the 7-day suspension will be over soon. May the Lord bless and keep you. May his face shine upon you. May you discover love all around you. May you love and be loved. And may you be like a light cannon against the darkness as you spread the life, the love, and the message of Jesus Christ. We'll see you next time on the sheep pen. No goats allowed. Bye.